trying to become a cinematographer, and I'm still doing jobs in the electric department, and I feel like a lot of people don't show that side of things. And today I thought I'd bring you along because it's kind of a cool job. Working at Rogers Studio, we're going to be hanging some lights and moving some stuff around. Transitioning into cinematography, it's more of a long journey. It's not really just a quick switch and one day you're a DP. I went to film school and I've been working in the lighting department for about 4 years now. A lot of the time on set, it's older people that are in the cinematography position, especially all the head of departments even. People that have worked their way up the ladder, which is the traditional way, you know, back before social media, before you can just shoot a spec project and post it online. You had to work your way up the ladder, go through the AC route or be a spark and then a gaffer and then a DP. Well, I'm kind of taking, you know, the traditional path and the new wave path of trying to shoot projects on my own. I feel like people on YouTube, they don't really talk about this kind of transition of working your way up the ladder. So I thought it'd be interesting to take you along with me and see where it goes from here. I was asked to replace a bulb in a 1K tungsten fixture. I've never replaced a bulb in a tungsten lamp before, and it's one of those situations where you just say, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But on set, if the pressure isn't on, you want to try to figure it out for yourself and see how to open the doors yourself and replace the bulb yourself, because that's how you learn how to do things. And it was just about figuring it out in the moment, and that's what I kind of like about lighting. It's a lot of just like figuring things out and troubleshooting. I didn't show a close-up of the old bulb, but you can see it was burnt out and no good. So I put the old bulbs back into the boxes, and here I'm just writing NG on them to show to other crew members that they're no good. It's kind of a standard practice in film to just put some white tape on something and write the letters NG to show to other crew members that it's no good and no longer working, so they don't try to use whatever is broken, and it's just easy to tell. Here's James, the boss man, just pulling out his color meter to check some color temp and tint on some lights we had just put up. And he's also talking to the board op in another room that is controlling the level of the lights. And there's the homie Mike, aka Purple, just putting some diffusion on a light. So here what I'm doing is focusing a light. Basically, James is standing on the marks of where the talent is going to stand. The light is all the way spotted in, and you basically want to aim up the hot spot onto his face and just making like little micro adjustments. Once it looks good, you flood it back out so the light isn't really harsh. From there, you just barn door it off and just make sure it's not hitting like the back wall or the ceiling or a wall or anything like that. Once it looks good, you take that roll of diffusion, which I'm holding there, and you clip it back to the barn doors. And because it's pretty much going up there permanently, you want to make sure everything is super neat. We cut the pieces of diffusion to fit the lamps perfectly so they look neat and there's no overhang or anything like that. And we also write on the diffusion what kind of diffusion it is so people on the floor can see what they're working with. So here I'm aiming up another light. This is an Arri L7, or I like to call them the Larry, adjusting the barn doors to James's liking, and he's kind of just giving me some direction on the floor. And once he's happy with that, I just go ahead and put the diffusion back on. In this clip, we're installing some pipe. Basically, we wanted to move a light forward and there was no pipe there to do that, so we had to install some more pipe and bring the light forward. So just a little sped up version of that. So this is the light we're going to be bringing forward to that new piece of pipe that we installed. It's a SkyPanel 120, and these things are super awkward to carry, especially when they're high up like this. You want two people up there. Purple and I just disconnecting all the cables and put it on top of the top step of our ladder, then handed the person on the floor because that's kind of the best way of doing things. Serious change up in the music, but that's because while editing this video, I got an overwhelming amount of good feedback on the Spec Project series with some new audience members that came to this channel. And I just feel like it's such an interesting time in my career right now because I feel myself getting closer and closer to my goals of becoming a DP. shooting that spec project was kind of a big risk for me. It wasn't cheap and I kind of just went all in on it. But it gave me the reassurance like, yeah, you can create good work and maybe you do have something. And while looking at this footage now, it really made me just fall in love with the process, because these stepping stone years of working in lighting has introduced me to so many people in the industry that have come out to help with my passion projects while teaching me so many things along the way. I want to end this video by saying, if you're not exactly in the position you want to be in just yet, whether that's a director or a DP, I promise you, just stick to the process and believe in yourself and it'll happen. If you like this video and want to see more stuff like this, then subscribe to my channel.